Yeah, all right. This is Arnold Schwarzenegger. Our next guest is a peer of mine, you might say. I should do this straight, I suppose.
No.
All right, please welcome karate action movie star and Superman, who is opening today in the movie The Hitman, Chuck Norris.
Actually, Christopher Reeves is Superman.
How you doing? Hi, Chuck.
Oh.
You are fit.
What a day you picked to be here, huh?
Oh, man.
You're lucky day.
I won't say a word. No, how are you?
I'm doing good, Dana. Now,
now see, it's not easy to do this,
not easy.
now I know why I've never done Saturday Night Live.
Have you ever been? You'd be a perfect guest
I have been
host.
invited to host it, but Dana scares me.
I never thought I'd appreciate Reach, but you know, I'm learning to.
You and Arnold are kind of in that same genre, though, right? You would consider you, Arnold. Well, I don't know if you consider like Steven Seagal, you, Arnold. Every time you go to your movie, you know there's gonna be action. I mean, that's the one common thing.
Yeah.
But have you ever met Arnold? Has he ever?
Yeah, I've known Arnold for 25 years. I met him when he first came over, you know, as the bodybuilder.
Yeah.
And,
Mr. Olympia.
yeah, right.
Did you ever guess he would become this? Yeah, hello,
Actually,
Chuck Norris.
Truthfully,
I'm going to be a movie star.
No, truthfully, I did, because Arnold's a very focused guy, you know.
He puts his mind to.
And he, even back in those days, he was planning his whole life, you know, as far as the acting and all that. He was going to marketing school and all this stuff here.
Well, he's extremely smart, right?
Yeah, he's
like
very,
excruciatingly
very smart guy.
He's very street smart, isn't he? You know, first before I make a picture, I like to have a little action and make sure it works without the special effects. That's what he told me. But anyway, enough about Arnold.
You fell into it. You didn't plan it the way that he did.
No, I had karate schools. I was a karate teacher, and I was kind of forced into films by desperation because I lost all my schools on a business venture.
Through a bad business deal, yeah.
A bad business deal, and had no job. And Steve McQueen was one of my students, and he's the one that suggested I try.
He's a brilliant actor, amazing.
God, he's great.
Yeah.
Really
So
great.
you're totally for real. Are there any karate action stars that you watch their movie and kind of go, that ain't a high-flying double whammy kick. What's he doing? You know what I mean? Because you're the real.
You're the real
Well,
thing.
I was a fighter. I was a karate. I was a world champion for 6 years, and so I went from the fighting field to films. But you know, like Jean-Claude Van Damme's a very good martial artist, and so is Steven Seagal. They're good.
So they're for real too.
Yeah, they're for real.
Well, was it a tough transition for you? I mean, to go for what?
Go ahead.
I mean, acting, if it's done right, it's made to look easy.
Well, you know, I thought it was easy when I started.
Would you quit kicking me?
Because
I'm
I didn't
sorry.
know. I went from no experience as an actor right into films, and especially starring roles, because then you're having to carry the picture.
You carry the picture.
And in my early career, I was too stupid to realize how hard it was. And then as more experience you get, the harder you realize it is.
The more you have at stake.
Now, you're in this movie, The Hitman, and your younger brother's directing you?
Mm-hmm.
This is like the third or fourth time he's done that?
Yeah. Aaron, you know, I saw him as a stunt coordinator for years, and I saw how talented he was and how creative he was. And actually, the first movie he did was called Braddock Missing in Action 3, and he actually took over in the middle of the film because the film was not heading in the right direction. I had a real catastrophe on my hands, and he came over, took over, and turned it into a success. And
proved himself to you.
Yeah, and I venture to say Aaron will be in the Class A director list in the next 2 years, and I hope I'm the one that's starring in the movie he makes the breakthrough.
Now,
hopefully the
now,
Hitman.
if it's a younger brother, older brother thing, I mean, you know, you got a little, I mean, you ever revert back to your childhood, like get a rubber band, he's going, cut it out, Chuck, cut it out. I'll tell Dad, you stop it. You know?
He's paying me back, because, you know, I kind of half-raised him. He's 11 years younger than me, and so I half-raised him, so he says, I'm paying you back for all the days you know, when you were trying to raise me and spanking my rear end and all that kind of stuff. So.
So have you ever taken him across your knee at this age and
Not
just give him
now.
a little,
No,
any need to discipline?
No, he's a black belt, too.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I started training him when he was about 8 or 9 years old, and...
Wow.
And
so
now you're
good.
using that whole concept to fight drugs with kids, right?
Yeah, I have a Kick Drugs Foundation and starting in Houston. What I'm doing is putting the martial arts into the public school system to try to help raise the kids' self-esteem, their self-worth, and try and instill discipline and respect in a lot of kids.
So when they say no, they mean it.
Well,
right.
you don't say no to a karate instructor.
Yeah.
Do you ever have anybody in a bar who sees you like Chuck Norris, you know, and sees you on the screen and kind of want to like give you a little attitude, like, I'll sock you, karate man, you know what I mean?
You know, Dana, it's amazing. I don't get that. I don't get that attitude.
You don't get that macho?
I don't get that attitude. It's, and I travel everywhere.
Try it. Let's see what happens.
No, so I just wondered if people like try to prove they're macho by going, I'll just sock you something awful.
No. To be truthful, it's never happened to me. I think it's what you project out. If you project out an antagonistic attitude, you're going to get it back. But I don't have that attitude. I like meeting people. I enjoy meeting people.
Well, you're a gentle man, which, when you know you, comes across. And I'm not sure. I think that's your image too with people.
Well, you know, again, it's what you are, what you have to be. When I was a fighter, I'd walk down the aisle shaking hands with people, smiling. But once I stepped into the ring, my whole persona changed. I became very aggressive because I had to be that in order to beat my opponent.
You became the hitman.
You ever find yourself going, ow? You ever get hit and go, ow?
Oh,
it seems like you guys never say ow. In the movies, guys never go, ow, ow, ow.
At any rate, in spite of Dana, the movie opens today, nationwide, The Hitman. Thanks so much, John.
Thanks, John. Good luck with your movie. I'm sure it'll do well.
Thank you.